Trap Media USA, like, share, subscribe, all that. Today we talking some hip hop, some street politics. Wack 100 was on Clubhouse Live with the Surenos, Trace A rapper, and he was pretty much trying to get a record deal or politic in the industry because you don't really see too many as much gang infested as the rap game is. Surprisingly, you don't see one of the most powerful faces represented, and that's the Mexican card. And I think what the young Mexican rapper was trying to tell Wack that they do more politicking now. I think they understand that there is a hierarchy that's been for years in the music industry, and they're open to politicking for business purposes. And the younger guys don't feel as strong about blacks as the older guys. But Wack, coming from the old school, he's gonna see it from the old school perspective. It was this. He grew up in the penitentiary as a kid, a teen. You know, of course, one of the guys was trying to say he's from Pacoimia, and that's a big Mexican area, and they were allies early on, which Wack said and the thing he used to mess with them. But once one of the big head guys on the Mexican side, on his deathbed, pretty much said that they was take blacks territory and pretty much going against them, going just go against the blacks, take what they got, take over pretty much. And Wax said it's been on ever since. So um then I was listening to the one of the Surenos channels, and he was saying that pretty much they started because they were getting bullied and stuff like that, and they just ended up growing to something very big, and all of the bullying was over. So I can see it from both perspectives. I do hear that it's a lot of racism, especially in Southern California, from the Mexican part. I even hear in Mexico they don't really like, if you're a darker Mexican or, you black over. I do hear it can be some of that same lines of, old school white America, that same type of perspective, just bred. But is it even in boxing? We see this is a boxing channel. We see it a lot in boxing. Is it impossible for it to change for the future? No, it's not impossible. But I do feel like the bridge will begin to get. There will be some type of alliances. Eventually, you will see black labels signing, Serranos, and there will be big Mexican artists, especially with Biden and all the Democrats letting all of the Mexicans come over the border, and the more and more that you see, eventually their dollar will speak and they will be represented in the industry. If I was in the industry, I would get ahead of the curve. Just like if I was had a gas station, I'd be, putting some electrical pumps. Like, I see the wave that's coming, so I would start to try to bridge that gap in relationship right now, because eventually the business is gonna call for it, and a lot of people that's strongly against it today in 10 years might not, because the numbers are going to be so overwhelming. Y'all not paying attention to these videos of these big caravans and thousands is coming over. And from boxing to into the music industry, you'll begin to see a shift in perspectives, and politics will begin to get put aside, I believe, for business. I think once the business makes sense for everybody, the big heads will be able to sit down and see green over years and years of differences. And I see that from east, west. What you don't want to happen is for the tables to turn and doors to shut the other way. So I'm going to play a little bit of what they was talking about and jump in and out. Again, if you tuning in, I definitely appreciate you. I will start to do longer shows eventually. I just want to kind of, bust it down in mixtapes before I start doing the album. So here we go.
I heard all about it. You just talked to who? I talked to a couple people to just know that. Talk to bro, listen. Hey, listen, in the county jail, the penitentiary in the streets, nigga, we are beefing with Mexicans. What the fuck are you talking about? It ain't true, bro. It ain't. Okay, well, I don't know what world you in, my nigga. But no, I can't sign. I ain't signing no South Side. What world are you in? What? I don't know what world this nigga in. World all my homies in the penitentiary is catching stab cases. Nigga, we out here on these streets beefing. Been beefing, nigga. County jail is beef. What you mean? It ain't like that, though. It's changing. You out your motherfucking mind, it's nigga. Changing up, bro. Why who are you? Why hey, bro, your people knew you was on this app with all these niggas. You ain't out to your ass. No, but they would not. Wait. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna be quiet. Rambo, come ahead. Mike, Rambo. Yeah. How many of our motherfucking homeboys dog behind them walls? Yeah. This nigga talking about out here in Southern California, in every hood, he talking about Southsiders, Crips, and Bloods is getting along. Well, nigga, how long we been at war, bro? County jail. It ain't every hood ain't getting along, period. Not every hood gets along, bro. That's just a given. But what I'm saying is the relations are growing, bro. There's a lot of motherfuckers that are starting to accept people and starting to see that motherfuckers ain't no weirdos, ain't on some weird ass spy shit like you claimed I was on, or somebody claimed I was on some.
So pretty much what he's saying is a lot of the politics that was going on of the youth are starting to have a difference of opinion. You got to think a lot of them grew up on black rappers, so they probably don't have the same hate. They want to be Young Boy, they want to be Thug, they want to be Wayne. This is what they grew up on. So a lot of them, once they get into power in they area, they might start to change. And like he said, he got songs with Slim 400. So evidently the politics didn't step in the way of that. So if the business makes sense, like I said, you'll see these relations start to happen. And he's not saying it's totally over. He's just saying slowly but surely it's starting to be a shift in the strong politicking to where that's just totally unacceptable. There is some acceptance. And from Wack perspective, from his time, like he's saying, that's an immediate DP. Your people gonna be mad at you for even coming on here asking a black for an opportunity.
Why is shit trying to infiltrate? Like, nah, I ain't trying to do all that. All I asked you was, would you sign somebody? Like, and that's the truth. That's all I was trying to get to you at. But you shot me down, and you know what I mean? You didn't let me get my issue off. Hold on, yo. Let me get this right, yo. You trying to get a record deal? I was just trying. I was. But here go the part I don't like. Right? Let's keep it real. This is why I don't like conversate with some of you nobody motherfuckers I ain't never talked to on this app. You got at me about signing you. Hold on. You got at me about signing you as a rapper, right? Watch this. This is what I don't like. It is my motherfucking right as a man to decline a motherfucker if that's what I want to do, bro. Yeah. I can decline any motherfucking man. That's what I want to do. But you know what you do? You getting your feelings, my nigga. No. I ain't in my feelings. I'm wondering why I'm letting you know I ain't never signing no Southsider to do no business. You're full of shit anyway, nigga. The original question.
And Wack just saying it's his right to do business in politics how he want to do business in politics. He don't have to adjust, regardless of what may be changing. He don't have to adjust to that because his trauma, his pain with his people, our people, what we done been through from his live direct experience and all of his friends and people around him. That's real situations, and he don't have to adjust to that. And from his perspective, he's standing strong, and he not politicking with no Southsiders, and he has that right.
Why you don't let me finish when I'm talking to you, bro? See, you said some shit like, what'd you tell me? The homies are gonna DP me if I ever work with a Pyru, or if I'm fraternizing with a Pyru. That's bullshit. I got a song with Slim 400. I went up in politics with all my homies before I put that song out. So I don't see the where you're coming from with that.
I see what the Southsider pretty much saying. He already done politics with his people about it, and they cool with it. So he don't understand what Wack talking about because he already got the green light that if he wants to do a song with a black, he can do it. So like I said, the business at the end of the day, money gonna supersede red, blue, and whatever else. If it's enough money in it, it makes sense. Just like Top Rank and PBC can come together for the right price. The same thing in the streets. If it make enough sense for both sides, then it's gonna happen.
400 from Compton. That's TT. That's Treetop. And that's Compton. That's Compton politics right there. You know, you from Pacoima, get it. You tapped in, bro. It's my right. Look, once I told you, I know it's your right. Don't get me wrong. I know it's your right, bro. I know you don't have to fuck with me. I'm not sitting up here pushing for you to fuck with me because I just got my little distro kit check. Hey, bro, how old are you, bro? How old are you? You don't mind me asking. 32, my boy. You 32, right? So yes, sir. What I'm trying to get you to understand is this. I don't know what politic you fall up under, bro, but nigga, I know what cases my little homies in jail for. My last 5 little homies in jail is bodies on a nigga, on a motherfucker that don't look like us. Yeah, my nigga.
So this the big key right here. He 32 and Wack in his 50s. So it's a generational divide in perspective. Just like we see music different, they see music different. We like different cars, they like different cars. We feel different ways about politics. We feel different. Almost everything. Us and the older generation, it's a total difference. And this is where I feel the big divide in this conversation is.
Oh, we gonna put difference when they calling me. But do your homies got bodies on somebody that does? Hey, Saint. Well, hold up, Saint. In your profile, it say hold on. What it say? You hear it? You filmed on stream on Wack 100 can't go because that's the narrative. Oh, why Wack don't want to say, bro? Because it's my right. But no, it's because you sitting up here telling me some shit. Talking about bro. Let him land. Bro, it's my right. It's my right. Put it like this. I don't fuck with you. I don't do business with Southsiders, bro. Period. That's what Wack don't do. Can I ask you why? Allegedly. Can I ask you why? Ain't no allegedly, nigga. That's for sure. No. Can I ask you why, though? No, nigga. I don't owe you no explanation of why, nigga. That's crazy. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, this shit is like, that's what your baby mama do. Why you want to leave me? Simple as that. That's it. Nigga, keep living your life. You've been living 32 years, bro, without knowing Wack. Keep doing what you've been doing. Conversation over.
This where I will say, the Southsider was out of pocket. He don't owe him an explanation. If he just said he don't do that, I think it's a little bit beta to keep, kind of begging and going on. But I think he may have went in this conversation with a bigger purpose. I think he want to see more unity, and I think that was his purpose of this conversation. So.
At work though, if the politics want a lot, like I don't even. That's what I'm saying, my nigga. That's the politics do a lot. How do dog, let me tell you something, bro. As soon as I got this nigga big, I be going at it with the Mexican mafia, my nigga. Exactly. Like, move in, take the contract, it be a motherfucking war.
And Wack saying he's trying to prevent a big rift in business because you know how Suge was doing back in the day with contracts and all that. It's big heads on their side that's gonna want a piece of what's going on, and he not trying to deal with that. And that makes sense. When you doing business, it's all already enough stress in life. They already got their politics that they dealing with in the streets out there. So why add another headache? It's just for him, it's too much. For somebody else, it might be worth it, but for him, he just don't see it right now. He got enough going on, and he already dealing with a Mexican from New York in 6ix9ine. So.
That's over your pay grade, Saint. You don't even understand that level. Hey, that's bullshit. If the business is done right, that's bullshit. Ain't no business. You don't even make that decision, nigga. I make my decision as a man. Nigga, you don't make that decision. You a Southsider, you don't make that decision, nigga. Them niggas over you make that decision, nigga. Y'all different than blacks. Do you know how to be like, nigga, we ain't from, nigga, we a Crip, we a Blood, we a Hoover. All y'all, you gonna take instruction, my nigga, or else.
Pretty much what Wack telling them, stop the bullshit. We know the politics. It's not like how y'all can be like, how the Hoovers just separated and different blocks don't mess with different block, or an individual black could just stand on his individualism. Where if you're a Sureno, you're a Southsider, they structure is tight, intact, and it runs properly like a organization is supposed to. So he just pretty much telling them, stop the bullshit. He know how it go. You not black. Y'all got real structure over there, and he already know what it's gonna turn into.
It's or else, yeah, you right. Oh, but nigga, you telling me I don't know what I'm talking about? But look, I'm telling you that I already got a song with a Compton pyro. A Compton pyro. No, he talking about a long career, yo. We build up and you worth money. And then niggas come like, yo, hold up, bro. We little. They're gonna come after me. Hey, look, they're gonna come after me. That ain't worth it. That ain't good for business either, nigga. What the fuck? I'm gonna say I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But they're gonna come after Capone. They're gonna take my motherfucking money. They ain't gonna go after Wack. They ain't gonna go after Wack, go look. I sent you. Matter of fact, Wack, they is gonna climb to the top to get that contract. They can't get the contract from you. They can't get the contract from you. They got to get the contract from Wack. They going after him.
No, listen. No. It don't matter, yo. Listen, if they come fuck with you, that's my money.
I'm telling you what they gonna tell him. He don't know. Everything I do is recorded. They gonna hear this shit and they gonna fuck over you, bro, because you really making your people look bad. You know they don't play that shit, bro. You know they don't play that shit.
Yeah, I'm about to respectfully send your ass to the Gouda State, yes.
No, I'm telling you, they gonna fuck over him, bro. They hear that nigga over there with a black, and he sound like he begging and all this shit. Man, they will fuck over that dude, bro.
Oh, it's too late now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why he acting like he don't know what's going on.
See, he making my channel hot. They ready be fucking with my channel, fucking with you, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm from the West Coast, man. Y'all better listen to what Wack trying to tell y'all, man. He's telling y'all facts, bro.
I'm telling you some real shit, man.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Hey, post it. Hey, real quick. What Wack's saying is 100, because dealing with them Hispanic politics, bro, that shit started in the penitentiary. It don't start in the streets. So once big homies in the streets hear this, first thing is gonna do a kite in the penitentiary gonna get set, and
Wack.
They're gonna put
Respectfully, Wack.
Green light.
This nigga want to tell me he got the link in the got a pass.
Check that link in the back channel. Wack.
This nigga crazy in the motherfucker.
Check the link I sent you in the back channel.
Hey, bro, you better stop begging. Bro, you're gonna get
shit. I already told you.
Hey, listen, all the Surenos, get your homie. He begging me. He making your race look bad, bro.
Just when he went to ask me the question.
I already told you the question about the deal was over with. I don't want a fucking deal.
Really, like, nigga, when I told you no the first time, it should have been up 2 days ago, my nigga.
Well, no, you didn't let me finish speaking to you.
It don't matter. So I asked you, was you a Surenos? You said, yeah. I told you back off, nigga.
Everybody's
now what?
I think at this point he understands that they not gonna politic, they not gonna do business, but he's still trying to get his point across, and he's still trying to get his respect. But he don't understand a lot of older guys and all races that when they not trying to hear something, and it's just one of them days, you ain't getting nothing off.
Watch this though. Now watch this though.
You go.
Watch this though.
You go.
Nigga, I got politics to deal with on my side, nigga. What the fuck I'ma tell my people, nigga? Fuck you mean, nigga? You don't run nothing over here. You niggas been trying to win. Y'all ain't won yet, nigga. We still run the projects. We still run every motherfucking block. We been running, nigga.
You know what you said was wrong the other day? And I'm gonna tell you what's wrong what you said. You said Wack it was ran by the blacks.
Nigga, we run all the major projects, nigga. The Nixon Garden, the PJs, the motherfucking JDs. Nigga, we run all major projects. The motherfucking jungles. The only ones y'all got is the Liso Village in East LA. All other projects.
So now they having a control conversation. You got pretty much ego speaking out. Who run Watts, and Wack stamping down, the major hoods that a lot of people know about, the Grape Streets, the PJs, and everything else, all the major projects, and he getting ready to put his side of how he feel.
How did
it start though, bro?
Hey, the fuck you mean how to start? Who occupied them projects, nigga? Great Free Watch Crips, Bounty on the Bloods, PJ Watch Crips, nigga. Black Keystone Bloods. You niggas ain't running nothing, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga.
What the fuck was he just saying?
Nigga, out his
He was
fucking mind.
speaking in Spanish.
He ain't never been behind it. Well, he gonna get himself in trouble. Bro, I'm telling you, if they hear this shit, they're gonna fuck over you. Them Mexicans move totally different than us, bro.
Hey, Wack keeping it real, they finna put. And I kind of feel where Wack coming from at this point. It might not even be worth the conversation, because how they run stuff ain't nothing bigger than the program. And maybe at this point, the conversation has gone too far. I think they will understand to a certain extent if they done already let them do something with Slim 400, the inception of the conversation, but going too far. He might be going too far at this point, and it might be seen as begging. I'm not now from the ones that I've seen on YouTube, they don't take it as that. They just think Wack pushing some divisive racist propaganda more so. But and from their perspective, perspective, they saying the same thing that he's saying. They saying they get the older thing, but they feel Wack just a racist. That's all the Mexicans been saying that I seen.
The green light on his ass, bro. Hey, they gonna fuck that dude up, bro.
Yeah, Johnny, you better get off a Clubhouse, Johnny.
Yeah, I ain't getting from the West, and that shit sound crazy to me.
It's
nigga, that's what it is, bro. It's been bro, that shit started 1996, bro. Walker Penitentiary.
Oh, it started in 96, right?
1996. See, before that, right, Crips and Bloods was beefing, and then beefing. We kind of patrolled the front end. They patrolled the back end. We got along. We got along with all the essays in our.
And now, Wack, speaking of the old days when it wasn't no issue with the Mexicans, when they was just getting it was just Crips and Bloods going at each other, and now he about to get into, I believe, what sparked the change and what sparked the war.
City, the other message from the other city, we acquired that beef because they was beefing with the essays from our city, so we got along. 1996 when dude died up in corporate, and he called that last shot on his death.
And this is what I was speaking of earlier. Because I was watching, I think the American Chicano or something like that. He was saying that Wack from Pacoimia, there's a lot of essays out there, and back in the day, they used to be allies, and Wack was attesting to that they was together and they took up their beef with other Mexicans from different places. So he did acknowledge that. I think a lot of people may have turned it off early and missed that part. But sometimes with these type of videos, this real sensitive, you got to go all the way through so you can get all the meat and potatoes of what a person is saying. So because maybe something that you wanted to be said or addressed was said, but you may have missed it because you only skimmed through and you might have missed some key parts.
Man, Southern United Roster unite. We all come to one. Get rid of the Mayaques, take over their territory. Nigga was on.
Oh shit! Hold on, Wack.
And it's been on every motherfucking since. Nigga crazy. The homies from Blackstone, my nigga, went all out war with the 18th Streets. We went to war with our motherfucking domestics we grew up with. My last little batch of little homies in there right now for SA bodies. There ain't no crib bodies.
Yo.
Come on, Compton Body 070, the P3 essays, all them going to war with the homies and bombing. Man, this nigga out of his motherfucking mind.
Yo, Wack, so one dude over there had that much power to set that shit in mid.
Yeah, he rushed the mafia, my nigga. He called it dog.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. They work different. Black amongst us, ain't no one nigga finna tell all us how we should move.
Hey, Wack, I can let you talk to a 60-year-old man right now. Right now.
Man, that nigga don't count. He can't tell me what I've been through, nigga. You can't tell me what's going on in these streets.
Oh, shit. You got it fucked up, then. I'm going to let you talk.
Poster, man.
Man, this is what I would say. One thing the West got, and a lot of other places, man, we always talk about why we got to kill each other. One thing that they do get to experience is what it's like when it's not just us going at each other, and that I can hear a bit of proudness about that from Wack, and I think a lot of the culture would feel that proudness from both sides, because at least we see in so many other places we see so much us versus us. It's good to see some unity within each other amongst something because it's very rarely seen. Not to say any type of violence is cool or whatever. But I guess at least on this issue, this where they become unified out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk. This nigga crazy, but Rambo, this nigga he really trying to convince niggas that it ain't no motherfucking Surenos black war out here. This nigga crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga do sound crappy.
Can I say something? Listen, I'm from Minnesota, my nigga. I'm from Minnesota. And it's gang of Surenos in Minnesota. And all my kids, Surenos hate us, nigga. They can't stand us. The fuck is he talking about?
That's cool. Okay,
that's nigga out of his mind, bro.
Rappers that's supposed to be street niggas don't do street shit. You see how they do? They do anything for money. I can stop asking the question now, right? I've seen a live view, right? Can I say something real quick?
The niggas forgot to mention that Southside was the same shit as Snitch.
I just want to know one thing. Why we let Wack come in and change the conversation we was having?
No, there you go, bro. There you go. Oh boy, hey, watch this. Oh boy said some shit. Southsiders got the green light to snitch on blacks. Motherfucker shot you, point him out in the lineup, and they could.
And this is in Northern California, and you talking about, you know what I mean? So yeah, that part.
That's a big fact. If he was talking about,
I guess that was a Nathaniel just speaking. He was saying that, and I done heard this a few times from a few different. I think Bosco said this too. I guess they say out there that they can't tell on each other, but they got the green light to the Surenos got they. I heard Bosco and Wack and then whoever else was just in his party say that the Surenos got the green light to tell on the black. I guess to get them out the way. And that was a Nathaniel who just said that was speaking.
he's from the Northern Cal, maybe Wack probably would have fucked him.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying this from West Coast politics, and that's what they say.
Yeah, we fuck with the Nathaniel, right. My nigga.
Southern Cal, hell no. And bro, they racist than a motherfucker.
Fuck my mama. Black folks fuck with the 14. We don't fuck with the 13. At all. He know that.
I was doing business with some down in Fontana, man. They thought I was Puerto Rican, man. When them niggas thought I was black, man, I had to get up out of there, bro. I thought them niggas finna set me the fuck up.
Oh, man. Hey, I promise you, on every yard across America, in the penitentiary system, the Northanios rock with the black niggas. The Surenos hate us, and the Surenos rock with the white boys. They rock with the Peckerwoods all day. That's what they call them, Peckerwoods on the yard. That's what I'm saying. This clown right here, he must be okay.
Yeah, so he's saying the North Mexicans mess with blacks, the South Mexicans mess with whites, and that's the politics of the West Coast. And then it sometimes stem across other parts of the United States.
They're high, drunk, or some other kind of shit. Gotta be. Hey, y'all ain't never seen that movie Blood In, Blood Out? That shit.
But this is why I say this conversation is very important because with the change in demographics, with Biden and all them letting all of the Mexicans across the border, as many as they want, these conversations are going to have to be had, and there's going to have to be some mending of relationships in certain areas. And this is maybe one of the most important conversations that has happened on that platform. So,
man, fuck that movie, nigga. These streets, it's real, nigga. We better not be called East LA when that sun go down, nigga. Old ass movie, old ass politics.
Hey, that sundown, nigga. That shit for man, woman, and child.
Yeah, okay, old ass politics. Take your ass to the penitentiary and tell them you want to sell it up with a black. And watch what they do. Look at my PTR. Hey, watch what they do to you.
Wack, we was having a peaceful conversation.
Just look at my PTR. Though. Now, ain't no peaceful conversation with my name. Look at my PTR. Hey, look, bro. Hey, look, stop being. Hey, look, you making your people look bad, bro. You a Sureno, bro. Bullshit. What's your name and where you from? I already told you 3 times. Johnny. Tell your people right now.
His name is Johnny. Don't do it, son.
Tell your people right now. I'm going to make sure we get out, my nigga. What's your name and where you from? Since you say it ain't no war out here, nigga, let it be known. Say, hey, whoopie whoopie saying we fuck with the black. Say it. Well, plenty of blacks. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, man. Hold on, man. Hey, hold on, man. I'm from Inglewood. Oh, shit.
We don't fuck with this. Nigga, you know we don't fuck with y'all. The homies from Inglewood, they had war too. Hey, so what you know about the hunger strikes and all that?
So now Wack trying to pretty much get them to stand on it. What's your name? Where specifically you from? Let's get to the specifics so we can see if something happened to you behind this conversation. And then you had somebody from Inglewood try to pop up. I believe it's a lot of Bloods out there, but I think the politics in Inglewood, Compton, and LA is different, and different blacks, Cribs, Mexicans. It's different politics, different people politic with different people. It's just a separation in that. And Wack was pretty much just telling dude from Inglewood that they don't fuck with them either, whatever.
I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. We talking about
you don't know shit about it. You don't know shit about it then.
Nigga, talk about hunger strikes, my nigga.
What you know about it? They brought all the homies from the back into the front on the main line.
Hey, Mars, chill out. I don't know what y'all doing.
What you know about it? Because all the East Coast and all that, they don't really know too much. I already had a couple admit to me today that they were dead wrong about it because they heard me out, and I proved the point.
Hey, bro, the East Coast influence is just
not
stop
East Coast, not ECC, bro.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Not ECC. We're not talking about them. I'm talking about East Coast.
Bro, can't nobody from the East Coast talk about this West Coast shit.
Exactly. So why are we letting them gas?
What are you talking about? But I'm telling you this, won't you identify yourself and say your body on where you from and know what they call you and say, we fuck with the black. Say it, my nigga.
Fuck with the black. What the fuck you mean? I already
okay, say where you from and what they call you. Name, play.
You fucking crazy, bro.
Okay, there you go. Y'all see what's happening.
How did I get a Slim 400? How did I get
supposed to say, yo, this little John. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Say it, bro.
How did I? My shit is out there.
I'm gonna leave it where it's at. We all see, bro. Hey, bro.
Let me ask you.
What I was saying was wrong. You were saying.
Let me ask you a question. Why don't you want to speak about the hunger strikes that?
Bro, I don't give a fuck about no hunger strike. We talking about these street politics.
Bro, he not in the streets. That's why.
Listen, all the homies, all the black homies, all the fucking Peckerwoods, all fucking.
Hey, bro, you talking about some yard shit?
That nigga's not from there.
We talking about some yard. We talking about the street shit.
Right, but listen, you said it all came down from the yard, right?
So Saint, I think that's his name. He trying to get into some hunger strike situation. I think his overall point with pointing that out is whatever happened with some hunger strike built or mended some relationships, racial relationships in prison. And he was pointing out to Wack that you said all the cause come from prison. So listen to he pretty much trying to say, nigga, listen to what I'm saying, because this is where the bridge started to happen.
Little Wack Eastside perform a power room, and I sign a Crip, and I fuck with Crips. See, I can do that. Now, won't you do it? Identify yourself, nigga. Identify yourself.
I can't sign nobody with the fuck.
Okay, say it. I can't sign your body on what they call you and say, we fuck with blacks.
Man, we linked in with fucking Palmino gangsters.
Yo, go spin a bed, bro. Spin a fucking bed. Say it.
We are linked.
Why you won't identify yourself?
I'm
gonna let your nuts hang, nigga.
It's Lil Santo, CD3.
Man, don't get that little nigga killed. Go spin a bend, bro. Get up out of here, bro. Go do something. This nigga gonna get himself hurt, bro.
You know why?
Y'all niggas, you work out here.
Okay, okay.
That's what gangsta for everything, bro. Go spin a bend, bro. Sit down, bro. This nigga gonna get himself hurt, bro.
Yes, sir. Say is all peace in the inside right now. Yes, sir. What you mean? You from out West Coast? What you mean is all peace inside? Is he right about that hunger strike situation? I'm not, you know what I mean, tapped into the West, but from what Santos or Lil Saint saying, you know, the hunger strike brought people together. But he's saying who he is. It's for some reason Wack not hearing him, you know, or he ain't really trying to hear it. But he said who he is. He said where he from, and he said that they clicked up with some Crips. So yeah, shout out to yes sir. Make sure you subscribe. And what you talking about? It's all peace on the inside. Bust that down for me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw let me see. Let me put this in the chat. I don't know. I'm happy you said something because I'll be forgetting to post that in the chat. Let me play this.
You know how I'm gonna make you look.
Put a headband on and shit. Let him down.
Yeah, bro, you been
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this, right?
We already locked.
You might want to get your life right because if you think you can go walk up on the homies and all that with all that, you gonna get your ass smoked.
I noticed Shinko the whole time since we came in.
You go check out my last video where I shot it at.
Man, I don't give a fuck about those videos, nigga. Half you niggas shoot videos is fake. You niggas ain't even make it like that.
Go look at it. Go look at the videos with
Yeah, I just posted the link in the chat for whoever hop in. If you got insight on the West politics and what's going on and what Saint talking about, or yes sir, if you want to come in and bust down what you saying or just put it in the chat, you say it's all peace right now, That's pretty much what he's trying to tell Wack, and I feel this conversation important because the more and more y'all numbers grow, as far as the Mexicans, I think these conversations are gonna get bigger and bigger, from boxing to politics to street politics. This gonna be a big conversation for the next 10, 20, 30 years.
2 in the morning on the couch. I don't even know how I fell asleep. I was trying to play the game.
Go look at the video and who's in that video.
Hey, bro, I'm done talking to you. Are you done crying about I won't sign you?
Active. No, I'm not.
You done? You done with that, right? Because 2 days, it should have been over with 2 days ago.
But you spinning the narrative.
Ain't no spinning. You asked me if I signed you. I said, where you from? Are you
Yes,
a
sir.
South
Where you
Sider?
from?
You said, yeah.
You from
I
Cali?
ain't doing no signing the South Side.
That's it. That's where that's at, though. That's
Nigga,
me.
you 2 days later, Wack won't hear me out. I don't want to fucking hear you out.
That's me and you on a personal level.
Nigga, I'm a Paru, nigga. I ain't doing.
So look, when all this started to change, like, cause I did hear for years, even on documentaries, like blacks was getting like oppressed in today's time by Mexicans in the prison system. So is it all this recent, like the politicking with blacks and Mexicans, or is that just a generational thing? Do the old school guys approve of it, or is it just a new generation thing?
That ain't what we do.
But anyway, that's me and you on a personal level. That's me and you on a personal level.
Ain't no personal level, nigga. I don't even know you. Hey, look, little nigga, I don't know you, you little nigga.
You don't fuck with it. That's it.
I don't know you. You making your people look bad right now.
No, that ain't true. Like I said, we locked in.
Nigga, you got the suit dress, so you looking bad right now.
You're begging right now. You're looking.
Nobody's begging.
You got your bro. They gonna fuck over you, bro. They figure out who you are. I know you said you from Compton. They gonna figure it out.
They know who I am.
Yeah, but you won't identify yourself.
I already did. You talk too much. You talk too much.
All right, I'll
Let me
your
identify
motherfucking ass
myself.
too, nigga. I bet you that.
What you say?
We can meet at Gonzalez Park or wherever other park in Compton.
Yes, sir. Say everything is peace inside. The order is not to engage with any other group. All peace. The big homies are out in the main line, and they are planning to stay on the main line. Okay, so well, yes, sir. Saying if you tuned in or watching on the rebroadcast, that what Saint was saying is pretty much true. The politics have changed. I'm guessing whatever this hunger strike that he was trying to bring up, I'm guessing that brought some unity. It's not that they interacting with each other, but it's still respect enough to I do my thing over here, you do your thing over there, and we just stay out each other's way. So that's a respectable thing, and I guess that is growth as far as the race relations. Upstate California, okay, from upstate.
What?
But I think in the future it's gonna have to be a lot of these conversations. I'm gonna keep saying it. The more and more Mexicans start to come here, like I'm in the Midwest, we don't see a lot of Mexicans out there, but I heard a lot of them moving to a certain area. I heard upstate New York. It's a lot of like the more and more the population starts to build, the more and more we're gonna have to have these conversations because I know y'all gonna want to get in music too. Y'all gonna want a big face. Y'all gonna want the Mexican little baby. Y'all gonna want the Mexican Rod Wave. Y'all gonna want proper representation in every industry. The more and more y'all get here, and with us dominating certain industries, it's gonna have to be some type of understanding and some type of peace, just like that happened inside. So
you get along with the blacks. You know you get along with the blacks, right,
bro? You know what that's gonna do? That's just stupid, bro.
What if I thought you got along with the blacks?
Yeah, but where I'm from, as far as in the prison system, blacks run it totally. Like it's not a white stronghold. It's not like a Puerto Rican or none of that. The blacks run it totally.
Got to go down to where we got to sit at the table.
I thought you got along with the blacks.
It's gonna be money over everything.
That's my point.
Money over everything.
Me and you both know you do not get along with the blacks. It ain't cool.
With blacks. What the fuck? Like I said,
it ain't cool like that, bro. Like, listen, okay, you personally, if you a Sureno, you don't dictate shit, bro. You a little kid.
I sure don't.
Yeah, you're a little fucking kid, bro. You ain't gonna tell me, nigga, how to.
So you ain't. So.
Yeah, yes, sir. That's what Wack was pretty much saying, that everything got to get stamped, and he was pretty much saying that everything was already stamped. So I'm trying to figure out who the rapper is. Like he said his name Saint, but I can't find his video with Slim 400. If you know who he is, post his name in the chat or post a video or something. I'm trying to figure out who he is.
So you don't know about the hunger strikes?
Man, fuck a hunger strike.
and how that brought peace to the.
Ain't no hunger strike. You know why niggas do hunger strikes in the penitentiary? Because we pushing the narrative on the yard, my nigga. Ain't got nothing to do with no peace internally. It got something to do with shutting the yard down, bro.
It's to get the homies out from the back.
Motherfuckers go on hunger strikes just so we can make sure we get our canteen and our meal.
Yeah, dog, ain't got nothing to do with bro.
You don't even know. Hey, who the fuck was that just said that?
That's me, nigga. I just spent 10 years behind the walls, nigga. Fuck what you talking about?
Where?
Nigga, you can read that. Fuck wrong with you?
Where? He's probably on New York time.
Hey, bro, I'm on some real shit. I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. I ain't gonna let no essay come on my page and run nothing, bro. I don't politic like that with them, bro.
Supposed to get rid of you.
Straight up, like that ain't.
So you ready?
They don't fuck with us, bro. That's so you like ready? Motherfucking like me coming in taking over niggas' pages. Like, hear what I'm telling you, bro. I ain't
racist, bro. You're the racist.
Nah, nigga, I'm with the politics. I'm black.
You racist as shit.
Racist?
You racist as shit, bro.
It's because y'all was racist first, nigga.
No, nah. That's not how it went. If you know anything, you know.
We all
fucking Lato. Go over there and start your own room, dog.
So what started the war, Wack?
Tell
him what started the war, Wack.
What you mean? You don't know? You wasn't even. You couldn't even wipe your ass.
I don't gotta be alive.
Niggas in Brooklyn, bro. What you thought we want a bedtime story, bro?
It sound like
you couldn't even wipe your ass back then.
I know Wack fucking is. That's all I know.
You couldn't wipe your ass, but I know. Hey, won't you go start a room that says Papa's in Chile or something, my nigga? Get that going.
Oh, that right.
Yeah, my nigga. Go start your own room.
Right.
What you over here with us for? You ain't over here with us in when we in behind the wall.
Man, you just don't know, bro.
So yes, sir. Say there's a black SS to look up. Rich Bunny. He from Playboy 13. All right, I'm about to look him up right now. I'm gonna look him up after this. Hold on. Let me type that in real quick on YouTube so I have it. What's his name? Rich Bunny. Rich Bunny. Rich Bunny.
This nigga right here.
Is it Rich Rabbit?
Fuck you and your ass, nigga.
Wow.
Is it Rich Rabbit? He got a song called Slide.
He just don't know who I know.
I know you got your people looking bad.
No, I don't. No, the fuck I don't. Because I'm letting you know what's cracking.
He say Wack so out of tune with that statement right there. The hunger strike is get food. What's the hunger strike that he talking about? Yes, sir. Yeah, I will make you I'm trying to figure out how to get wrenches. Make sure you come back, bro. We're gonna be doing a lot more of these videos, especially touching on this black and Mexican relationship. I'm trying to really figure out, tap in on what's going on out there, because that's the heart of the conflict. In other places, we don't really have it as much. So I guess getting in tune with the West is the best place to start. But what's the hunger strike? The hunger strikes were to get the homie from the SS, North AB, and Blacks Out from the shoe. Oh, so they stopped eating totally so they can get them out. What's that, like 23-1? I think it's something like that.
Boy, letting you know what's cracking.
You call yourself, but they gonna fuck over you.
So pretty much, if you watching the playback, we got Yes Sir in the comments. He's saying it was hunger strikes that Saint was talking about. That I guess the blacks and Mexicans came out to get the homie from the SS North, AB, and Blacks Out. So they came together to get big homies out the shoe.
You call me a little boy. How a little ass boy letting you know what's cracking?
A little ass boy is begging me to sign him. I ain't signing shit.
Begging you for shit. Fuck your label.
He's 32.
Fuck your label.
I know that's something you got to do back.
Yo, but
you signed me?
Hold up, yo. You was just asking that man. They about to glue this nigga to the pavement.
Hey, he just asked him to sign him. He said, fuck your label.
Yo, that's crazy.
I'm telling you, niggas being they feelings worse than a female, bro. I'm telling you.
Man, that nigga happen, though, bro. it ain't even just the gang shit, nigga. Even the regular Mexicans be racist as fuck in Southern Cal, bro. Like, this nigga Captain, bro. Like, nigga, I be down there, nigga. I'm in the Bay, nigga. Like, it's different. Like, the essays up here, cool. You can politic with them. The Samoans, all that.
For me again, nigga.
But, nigga, you come down to Southern Cal, bro, man. Them niggas be on some other shit, bro, man. Ain't no way around this shit.
Real shit.
Look, so what about on the streets, bro? Like, cause I be hearing blacks can't go in certain Mexican areas. What if somebody from out of town and they end up in one of the South Siders hoods, or they walk into or go to a store over there? Is it tense like it was in the penitentiary, or has the politics trickled down to the outside to where it's more laid back? Ain't nobody really going on nobody because of what happened inside.
And y'all better watch out on the Midwest, because they going to start switching up on y'all there, too.
Man, bro, I was so motherfucking heated when that shit popped, nigga.
All my kids, nigga, the Surenos don't fuck with black niggas around here, bro. And I'm in Minnesota, bro.
Where the fuck is he at?
I don't know, but he far away from the
I
mic.
know that nigga something he underwater.
He got to step up to the mic, Big Snow. You notice how he didn't want to identify himself. He didn't want to do that.
Yeah, he definitely ain't say that. That
No,
official set.
That's not it all
Hey,
right there.
Watch this. Hey, Miss Hustle Money.
Hello?
Hey, you live in St. Paul, right? Hey, do the Surenos in St. Paul fuck with the black niggas in St. Paul?
Who?
Do the Surenos, the Mexicans, do they fuck with the black niggas?
No, why?
Oh, I was just asking.
Next. A female know this nigga over there. This nigga, he must be one. You know what? He one of them Mexicans that like be walking around knocking on doors, preaching and shit or something.
So now they saying like how that ideology, I guess it ain't got tapped into other parts. It's a guy on there from Minnesota. He was saying the Surenos out there don't mess with black people. It's a lot of them out there. And then there was a female from out there. He just asked her to validate pretty much his point from earlier.
He ain't. What
those what you mean knocking on doors, preaching? Yeah.
Hey, bro. Hey, look. Hey, where you from? New York, right?
Nah, I'm from New York, bro. For sure.
Yo, who's that? Is that posted?
Yeah.
You from New York, right?
Nah, I'm in Baltimore.
I'm from New York, Magneto. I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay, Magneto. That's just like us saying.
Shout out, yes sir, bro. I just gave you a wrench. Appreciate you coming in and
saying
putting us on to the politics out there. I just gave you a wrench, yes sir. Make sure you come back, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be touching on different topics. Maybe one day you can hop on and really give us outside of California, LA, the West Coast, a better understanding of what's going on out there today.
Latin King saying, nah, we all get along. Don't be like, nigga, what? Definitely not. Don't be like, what?
No, this on the street,
what are you talking about?
On the streets, man, no issues with no Latin Kings. That was some jail shit. Not on the street.
How you say there ain't no issues, but it's some jail shit? Nah. It's going on with jail. King's Park down the park, that picture right there. Nigga, it was definitely like that. But you know.
Hey, yes, sir. If you still in here, what's the relation like on the outside? Like you said, if a black from out of town is in the Sereno neighborhood at this going to the store, is it issues or is it that's a no-no? It's a no-go. You don't go over there.
You know them, but you know them island Latin Kings and the Mexican Latin Kings, they move different. Because in Chicago, we got both. You feel we got the Puerto Ricans up north at Humboldt Park.
That's the whole reason why.
But the Mexicans, you can't fuck with them, bro. They be on you black, you GD, nigga. Everybody black GD. You can have on a Jesus suit, nigga. You GD. That's the shit they be on.
But nah, Wack know what he talking about. Like, you know, Rikers Island and shit, man. That shit was funky, nigga, with the Latin Kings, man.
Dude, the clown. I hope he said his name.
Nah, listen.
That nigga said Little Puppy 314.
Wack. Hey, speaking from LA District. Hey, look.
Yo.
Look, Wack, speaking on LA shit.
and stuff like that. But you got the great street videos and stuff like that, and some of the Comptons that get along with the blacks and stuff. And
the power rules,
the Palmino,
with the Southsiders,
the Palmino gangster crib was for my neighborhood. Period, boy.
So now what Saint saying, he keeps saying that he said his name, he said his hood, and he said the Palmino gangster Crips get along with his neighborhood. I guess they clicked up or they politic together.
Oh, fuck you talking
okay, but that's y'all the Palmino, but nigga as a whole, we don't fuck with y'all.
Santana, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nigga, I'm from Peru, nigga.
That's cool. We don't give a fuck. It's so what?
And I think his point when he's saying the different Crips says that they mess with, I think he was saying the Santana Block Crips. I think all he said, he trying to refute the point that blacks and Mexicans don't rock with each other out there, or that his homies would be mad at him for being on the phone with blacks. What he trying to say is, why would they be mad when they already politicking on a different type level outside of rap? So why would they get mad about some business situation that could put him in a different position? It's gonna put his team in a different position. It's gonna help the hood. So for him, it's like, he's not understanding where Wack coming from, and Wack not understanding where he coming from. And I think that's just a generational divide.
So what over here?
Now the real coming out. If you don't give a fuck, why was you just asking to be a part of it?
No. You give everybody in this motherfucker twisting the narrative against the Mexicans. I didn't ask.
Yeah, and see, even in my younger days when I talk to people from the other side, not Mexicans, but other different black situations in my city, it's like, even on a platform like this, I don't think I would have went as hard. Like, cause it's like we just joke. Like, what is this? This ain't, we ain't outside bumping into each other. We having to talk on the phone or whatever. It could be funny, whatever. But we understand what it's gonna be once we bump heads. So I don't think he had to go at him this hard. But like I said, I'm for freedom of expression and being yourself and anti-censorship. So if that's how he truly feel to his heart, we can't tell him what he been through and his different traumas and how he came up 14 years old in prison. It might have been a whole different situations, a lot of bloodshed, a lot lost behind that. So I'm just telling you from my perspective, but I'm also giving him his respect to have his opinion, because everybody don't have to think like me, just like everybody don't have to think like him. But I think he kind of got a little bit more triggered because the whole room was against him, and nobody. Maybe if it was a Crip in the room or somebody from one of them sets, he said it would have been a different level of understanding. But he probably just felt like the whole room against him, and he getting disrespected. And maybe he really is somebody from where you from. He just not able to convey that in this room right now. It probably just wasn't the proper time, the proper platform.
If you
you can get your punk ass out this black room.
That shit was a different day, a different topic.
I didn't know who you was, bro. I didn't know who you was. You asked me to sign you. I told you no. I don't sign Southsiders, nigga. Get off my dick. Get off my line, nigga.
And that's why I told you.
Go your fucking way.
About no deal right now. I don't care about no deal.
Okay, go your way, my nigga.
I do got a problem with you spinning the narrative and saying that we don't fuck with blacks like that.
We don't listen to him, boy. Fuck you talking about? All right. Well, how about this, bro? How about this? We don't fuck with y'all.
There you go. Then say that.
All right, so his whole point, I think he more on some, he see the big picture of what this conversation gonna be. Everybody know that these conversations the Wack have over there go viral. So his whole point was just trying to make it clear that that's not true. Things have changed. Mexicans and blacks are cool. Surenos and blacks are cool in certain instances. And that was the big point that he was trying to convey. So Wack accepted that and pretty much just said, that's cool, but we don't fuck with y'all, and just put he drew a line in the sand. And I feel like for a lot of these beefs to get squashed, whether black on black, black on white, black on Mexican, white on, however, it's gonna have to be some type of respectful conversation, some type of dialogue, and everybody gonna have to hear where the other side is coming from, because a lot of this stuff really be over nothing, and it's a lot more to get. If everybody come together on some cohesive stuff, it's a lot more. I feel like it's a better world to be had for the next generation.
Be a man and say that shit.
Nigga, you want to identify yourself. If you do
3 times.
No, you didn't. I want you to say it right now.
I already told you 3 times who I was.
No, we ain't heard you.
Go look at
what they call you.
I banged that shit tough on that video.
What they call you?
Go watch my video and then take.
I'm not watching. You'll never get a view out of me, nigga. You'll never get a view. I will never watch your video. Nigga, you think I'm a mental midget. I will never give you no support of viewing nothing.
Yeah.
Fuck your video.
Yeah, all right, that video.
What you sending it to me for, nigga?
I didn't send you my
So now Wack just going totally overboard. He trying to tell him like, just go tap into what I got going on, and Wack just saying it's not happening. No play. I don't fuck with y'all at all. And like I said, he got that right.
Begging.
I didn't
begging for black.
lying.
You want black attention.
Stop lying, bro.
Why'd you send it to me?
That's why the rules in the room the other day was talking about you don't speak for the fucking rules. Shut the fuck up.
I speak for Wack, nigga.
Exactly, so shut the fuck up.
But see, as a Mexican, get out of power rule business.
Nah, I don't have to. They put their business out there.
Get out of power rule business.
Oh, what type of shit was that?
Period. I ain't ran into another power rule in this app anyway. Outside of my homie, so whoever you talking about, I don't know what you're talking about.
You fucking dead wrong. There's a whole rule.
I don't know. It ain't in my rules. Then I wouldn't give a fuck who they is.
I tell you straight up, but I don't put names out like that.
It don't matter. They ain't in my rules, my nigga.
But I heard what I heard.
You keep talking, I'ma block your ass, and you won't be able to go in a whole lot of rooms.
I heard what I heard.
I still will make you a believer.
Shit.
Yo, what's your mission?
My mission is to stop spinning the bullshit and getting other states to believe.
Hey, I told you I don't fuck with y'all. Hey, listen, stop begging.
Over me.
Hey, stop begging. I don't fuck with y'all.
I don't fuck with you, first of all.
Okay, well then why would you ask me to sign you?
Racist. That was a fucking. I found out who you were. I found out again.
I got a Mexican group signed to me. They just ain't Southside.
You call them paisas, so that's different. You know
they're not Southside.
You know that's a. You know that's
nigga, they don't gang bang.
You know that's whole different. That's a whole different.
They do not gang bang.
Right. You call them paisas.
I don't do business with Surenos, bro.
That's it. That's it and that's all.
Period.
That's it and that's all.
Politics don't mix. What's the problem?
But I'm letting these people from
There's
out of state. Out of state. I'm not even talking to you right now. I'm talking to the dudes out of state.
Nigga, you ain't finna tell my
old ass.
I'm telling all y'all black. You come out here, bro.
Blood in, blood out.
They will get at your ass.
They said,
don't listen to this crowd.
Man, we don't fuck with the Surenos in the Midwest either. Nigga, they came out here on that racist shit.
I can't talk for them. I can talk about what's going on within the motherland, where it came from.
What, Honduras?
No.
Leave it real.
I'm talking about Southern California, where it came from.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. This Big Snow, Big P, whatever you want to call me, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Fuck Sereno, nigga.
Oh, okay. What that do?
Yeah, see, it totally just went off at that point. I don't think it had to go to that point where you had to be F this, F that. We on a platform. A lot of these people, we never gonna see each other. It's no point of making, if the situation is calmed down, it's no point of jumping in and try to make something worse than what it already is. Or if it is that, just let it be that when you go outside. It ain't nothing to talk about online. That's why you're not gonna see me going back and forth with nobody on here or nothing like that, because it's just the internet. Now I might troll some shit or something like that, just playing around. But as far as something serious, it's like, bro, this the internet. Don't be letting this stuff get to y'all. It's talk. Whatever it's gonna be in person, it's gonna be. But most of these people online, you will never see.
You gonna get your ass.
What that do,
bro? They hear this shit, they gonna be like, boy, they gonna fuck over this.
You don't even know what the deal is in my house. Stop it. All right. The fuck?
You know what? You say y'all get along with who again?
Figure it out.
And you sent me a video on my back channel. I got you. See what you don't know about power rules? We fuck with some kind of crips. So I got you. Don't even trip.
I didn't send you my music video on your back page. I didn't say. I sent you. I sent you a.
It's crazy. Yes, you did. Shut up, nigga. Yes, you did, nigga. Shut up. You about to cry, nigga. You scared now.
Who's scared? Shut the room.
Your bitch ass up.
Over here talking on the internet. Shut up. I'm letting you know it ain't like that.
Man, why y'all got on long socks in the summertime, cuz? Nigga, that's too hot for that shit.
Feet stank like a motherfucker. Stream. Dressed in mama slide. Corn chip feet smelling ass.
He's not on the stair.
As fuck, bro. Nigga got my name in his bio. This nigga gay as fuck. Wack, will you sign me? Nah, bro. My name is in
Yo, Wack, that's a real fan right there, Wack.
That shit crazy. These niggas, like, as a man, bro, I don't think they understand as a man, when you doing that shit, bro, you know what I mean? Tell you, yo, nah, Wack, I don't want to fuck with, all right, cool, I'm out. Nigga, I ain't, sign since hanging around. Keep moving. It's taking 3-4 days. Why you won't, hey, look, bro, nigga, we don't do that. Fuck you want me to do next? Sign a skinhead? The fuck out of here.
He was serious though. I ain't know that shit was about no record deal though. I thought he really.
Nah, the nigga came on the stage. Hey, Wack, what up? Yo, man, will you sign me? I'm from LA. I'm from Compton. You a Southsider? Yeah. Nah, I can't do it. Nigga been in his feelings ever since, bro. Begging. Nigga, that nigga ain't lit a life. Man, is y'all pushing me out of me? He ain't lit a life I live dealing with that shit. Fuck out of here. Oh, shit. There go info, man.
They put that nigga in the motherfucking bio.
You don't think it's wild.
Me rap before you just shoot me down.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck about no nigga rap. It ain't about rap no more, my nigga. That's why, Rambo, your business couldn't go nowhere. You was signing niggas in the hood thinking.
Yeah, so pretty much that ain't got into something else now. Overall conversation, it's a generational divide between the old and the new, and some stuff you're just not gonna be able to convey on certain platforms. But the race relations between black and Mexican, I think it's gonna get manipulated in the future. I think the power structure is gonna start to try to use Mexicans to, whereas blacks see like, all right, we about to step up and become more important in this political process. They're gonna try to nullify the black voice, nullify the black vote, and replace that with Mexicans. I think they're gonna get a lot of the different benefits from the government, like how dreamers get to come up, all of that type of stuff. It's gonna be used, and that's gonna be used to create conflict the same way they deal with the man and the woman in the household, and it's gonna get bigger, bigger, and bigger, and expect to see a lot more of these heated arguments, it's gonna be black Mexican for the next 10, 20, 30 years. I see it growing out of hand because too many people are emotional, and they don't want to have logical conversations and easily manipulated. But we'll see. We'll see. Trap Media USA, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who came through. I'm probably getting ready to hop back on and either touch on the Chicanos video or something else. I might just roll this out all day and continue this format and really start touching in these lanes a little bit more, depending on what y'all want. But shout out, yes sir, for giving us some insight. Just modded him up, the first mod on this channel. Appreciate that. And make sure y'all come back through, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. God bless. I'm out.